Hello guys. Well, today I wanted to talk a little bit about what I did on the weekend. I got real sick for like 7 days, so I'm better, praise God for that. But I went to go see Daniel Adams. I think it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it was like a deliverance conference. Not just deliverance, but it was deliverance, prayer, prophetic words, and I loved it. I had a really good time. They did tell me that I had a generational witchcraft curse on my life, but that it was broken. They told me about that I was gonna make a living with the creativity that God gave me, and I am very creative. I paint, I write, I make natural products. So, but I've never felt like it was the things that I created that weren't good enough. I never felt good enough. I've never felt good enough. I struggle with being too timid and too fearful, and not having self not self love, but not feeling worthy, and I struggled with that for a long time. But now I want to really, really, really change. Like, I'm tired of being feeling like a pushover, feeling like too scared to talk, too timid, too just broken, and I'm tired of feeling this way. People have told me, you're a pushover and you let people push over you, and I have a really big heart, and people do, try to take advantage of my heart. But I've always think it's harder to really stay quiet and be like, let God fight your battles for you, and let God handle, the person or the people that are coming against you, instead of giving them a piece of your mind. And it's easy to pay a person as they do to you, but in the Bible it says, do not repay evil for evil. And that is hard. It's hard to really be like, okay, they're doing this to me, they're doing that to me, they're hurting me, and I'm still going to bless them, and I'm still going to pray for them like Jesus did. Father, forgive them because they don't know what they do. And that's hard. It's hard, and that's the reason why prayer is important, so that you stay close to the Father, that you stay close to God, and it humbles you. And it humbles you. But this year, I just, because in the conference when I spoke to Daniel Adams, he did say that the enemy had been trying to quiet my voice, my mouth, for a long time. And that's exactly what fear and anxiety did for me. I was unable to speak to people like face to face because I would get really, really nervous. I would get super nervous, and I would just, so I isolated myself for a long time, away from people, away from my family, away from everybody, because I just felt very different and very weird after I got saved. And I felt weird because I did change. I'm not the same person that I used to be 5 years ago. And people weren't receiving that new me well. Like, they were like, what happened to the old Isela? What happened to the party animal? The girl that was always partying and drinking and being the life of the party. What happened to her? Because I went through a period of time that I was just crying a lot for everything. I would just cry and cry and cry and cry. And it was just, for me, I feel that I had to be, that's the way that God was cleaning everything that was inside of me, the brokenness, the pain, the abuse that I went through, drug addiction. I was an alcoholic for a long time. So God had to clean me from all those things, you know. And I'm not where I want to be, not even close, but I'm not where I used to be. I'm not who I used to be. I'm not where I used to be. And yes, you know, I have my days where I'm just like, I feel tired. I feel like these past 2 days I've been feeling a heaviness on the back of my head, and I'm just praying, God, take this away. And I'm thinking, is it the witchcraft still on me? But no, you know, it's just like the battles that we go through, the spiritual battles. And I'm just not gonna give up. Like for me, like I could never go back to the lifestyle that I used to have before, or who I used to be before I met Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna keep going, you know, and I encourage you to do the same. You know, people are always gonna talk. People like are never gonna be happy with what you do or how you do it. So, you know, we're not here to please people. We are here to speak truth, the gospel. And sometimes they're not gonna like it, you know, sometimes they're not gonna like you speaking truth. And let it, so be it. But you gotta speak truth. You gotta speak truth. You gotta speak from the Bible. Not from what we think, but from the Bible. And I'm just gonna do everything in my power to change. Everything about me has to change. Like, I can no longer be this timid, scared woman anymore, because, you know, God doesn't like people like that. We need to be courageous. If we're gonna serve God, we need to be courageous. He doesn't like I can't remember the word, but you know, the ones that are not courageous, the ones that are like, no, like, I'm not gonna go do that because they're gonna laugh at me or they're gonna look at me weird. Like, we're called to die to ourselves, to, like, you know, whatever, like, we think like that they're thinking about us, we shouldn't even care anymore, you know. And this year, I just I want everything to be different. I want to change. I want to have a different level of authority, and for God, to God be all the glory. You know, I want to do God's will. That's my number one priority in my life, that I want to do His will. And He has given me gifts, and you know, I want to be able to help people with the gifts that He's been giving me, to reach others, you know, and so others can know Christ. And no, I am not all the way there, you know. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I struggle. I struggle with things, you know. I struggle. My main struggles are fear and anxiety, and being too timid, and being too like passive. Like, I'm just like, you know, like there, and you know, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the things that I've been taking also, and not taking the authority that God has given me to say, like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna take these things. I'm not gonna take no disrespect. Like, yes, let God handle it. But at the end, you know, if you have to walk away from toxic environments, then you know you have to do what you have to do. And I'm just gonna, you know, record try to make videos and record the process on. I'm just gonna start changing my whole life day by day. I want to get closer to God day by day, and I want God to crush all the idols that I made, because you know, relationships can be your idols. You can be your idol, you know. It's just being stuck in all the pain and all the trauma that you went through. But there's gotta be a time that you stop looking at yourself, and you just stop looking at yourself, and you look at what other people need. And I think, you know, that's what's gonna help me. If I can just stop like feeling sorry for myself for what I went through. I went through a lot. Yes, I went through a lot of pain, a lot of horrible things. But it is done, it is finished, and now Jesus Christ is the Lord of my life, and I want to move forward, and I want God to just, in the process, heal me so that I can just do God's will. Not my will, but God's will. And, I'm no longer going to believe the lies of the enemy that, I'm not enough, my paintings are not that good, that the things that I make natural stuff, natural soap, natural lotion, cream. I write, but I'm always very, very hard on myself, and very doubtful, and thinking like, oh no, this is not that good. Who will want to buy this? Who will want to spend their money on the things that I'm making, But that's just like that negative thing that I've been carrying, the doubt and the being so hard on myself. And honestly, like, after this meeting and they prayed for me and everything, I'm tired of it. I want to be who God called me to be, so that I can serve Him. And yes, I will never be perfect, and no, not everybody's going to like what I do or what I say. But nevertheless, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna stop overthinking everything, and I'm just gonna do it. And I want to encourage you, if that's been you for a while, if you don't feel good enough, and if you are creative, or you do something and you feel like, who's gonna like it, or like, why am I even doing this for? Like, don't believe the enemy. You just do it. You just keep going. You just keep being faithful to the Lord. And in everything that you do, put the Lord first. Say, God, I'm doing this for you, God. I'm gonna do this for your kingdom. I'm gonna serve you. In everything that you do, put the Lord Jesus Christ first. And everything else will follow. Everything else will fall into place. So this time, that's what I'm going to do. I want God to step on all the idols that I've created. Whatever it is, I just want Him to step all over the idols, and I want to serve Him. I want to serve Him and Him alone. And I'm just gonna keep trying to get closer to God every day. I need Him in my life. I need Him so much. I need His peace. I need His love. I need His guidance. And without Him, I'm nothing. Without Him, I cannot do anything without Him. And, that's all I want to say for today. And God bless you guys.